In the heart of the Nigerian savannah, where the golden sun kissed the earth and traditions ran deep, there was a kingdom unlike any other, the mighty Umuoka. At its helm was Chief Okri, a leader renowned for his wisdom and wealth. But the pride of Umuoka was not its riches or its warriors, it was Chief Okri's only son, Chibuzo. As Chibuzo reached the age of marriage, the entire kingdom buzzed with excitement. Suitors from far and wide came to the palace, each girl more dazzling than the last. But Chibuzo saw through their intentions. They loved his wealth, his status, and the power he promised, but not him. Frustrated and yearning for true love, Chibuzo hatched a bold plan. He left Umuoka under the cover of night, disguised in tattered clothes, and journeyed to the nearby village of Mano. There, he introduced himself simply as Obi, a penniless wanderer seeking work. Mano was a humble village, bustling with farmers and traders. Life was hard, and strangers were often met with suspicion. Most villagers ignored Obi, dismissing him as another drifter. But one girl, Adana, stood out. She was an orphan who lived with her uncle. Adana, whose name meant father's daughter, had a heart as beautiful as her face. Despite her struggles, she radiated kindness. One day, Adana saw Obi sitting by the village square, looking hungry and lost. She approached him with a warm smile, offering him a piece of yam she had roasted. Obi, surprised by her generosity, accepted gratefully. From that day, Adana made it her mission to look after Obi. She brought him food daily and even gave him a pair of her uncle's old clothes. When she learned he had no shelter, she convinced her uncle, Uncle Nkem, a respected farmer, to let Obi stay in their servant quarters and work as a gardener. Days turned into weeks, and Obi and Adana grew close. She was witty, kind, and had a fiery spirit. Obi found himself falling deeply in love with her. For the first time, he felt seen for who he truly was, not for what he possessed. Adana, too, felt a spark with Obi. She admired his humility and diligence, though she had no idea about his royal lineage. One sunny morning, as Obi tended the garden, a distant rumble echoed through the village. Soon, a grand motorcade appeared, golden chariots, horsemen, and drummers announcing the arrival of Umuoka's king and queen. The villagers gathered in awe, whispering amongst themselves. Adana watched in disbelief as the royal procession stopped at her uncle's compound. Soldiers stepped out, followed by the imposing figure of Chief Okri and his elegant wife, Queen Ifeoma. Chibuzo, the chief bellowed. Adana's heart sank as she realized they were calling Obi. But Obi, now dressed as a gardener, stepped forward and knelt before his parents. "Father, mother," he began, "I needed to find someone who would love me for who I am, not for my throne or wealth. I found her." He turned to Adana, whose eyes brimmed with confusion and wonder. Chief Okori studied Adana, then looked at his son. "You left your kingdom, your responsibilities, to find true love." "I did," Chibuzo said firmly. "And I've never been surer of anything in my life." The king smiled, his voice booming with approval. "Then you have chosen wisely, my son." The queen embraced Adana, declaring, "You shall be our daughter, a princess of Umuoka." Tears flowed freely as the villagers cheered. Adana, overwhelmed, looked at Chibuzo, who now stood proudly as the prince he truly was. As the royal family prepared to leave, Chief Okari turned to Uncle Nkem. "You cared for my son when he had nothing. For that, I appoint you as my senior advisor in the palace." The entire village celebrated as Adana, now adorned in regal attire, left with the royal family. She had captured the heart of a prince, not with riches or status, but with her pure, kind soul. And so, Chibuzo and Adana's love story became a legend, a tale of humility, courage, and the true meaning of love.